So the next thing we're going to learn is on median. Median is one of the more difficult one because you need to go to the middle value. You need to go to the middle value of a set of data. So the middle value can make is dependent on whether the total data is even. The total data can be even, or the total data can be odd. Okay, so I will show you the idea. Okay, so in order to go to the middle one, you must always remember to arrange from the smallest to the biggest. So you got to reshuffle all the students, make sure they stand in a straight line, starting from the smallest to the biggest. So for example, in part A, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 data. So that falls under odd. So if it's odd data set, I'm expecting there will be someone standing in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to arrange them first. So if you arrange first 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So this is the first data. This is the second data. This is the third data, the fourth data, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So who do you go to? You go to the one in the middle. You go to the one in the middle. So in this case, right, I think it's quite obvious. The one in the middle is here. The fourth one is the one right in the middle. So that means, right, the median is 6. So you go to the first person, the fourth person, and that person is a value of 6. So 6 is the median. And the feature of being in the middle means that there are 3 on the left and there are also 3 on the right. So there's this person that is odd one outstanding in the middle. So obviously this one is an odd data, but this one is 7. It's very easy. You can use your finger. You can also realize that 4 is the middle one. But when you got a huge number, maybe you couldn't tell the middle one. So you will use a formula like this. So it's like n plus 1 over 2. So you will use a formula like this. So for example, how can I get a fourth? How do I know it's fourth? So it's 7 plus 1 over 2, 8 over 2, which is the fourth data. Can you see? So that is the fourth data. So that is under the situation where the total data is odd number. So let's go to the second set. The second set, if you count, there are 6 data. Because it's an even number, that means there's nobody will be standing in the middle odd one out. Okay, so you will need to, first of all, arrange first. No matter what, you still need to arrange first. So in this case, right, you will take the average of the middle 2. First data, second data, third data, fourth data, fifth data, and the sixth data. So if there's nobody standing in the middle, so you will take the average. You will take the average this way. So I will take the average. So the median will be 15 plus 16. Take the middle 2, and it will be 15.5. So 15.5 is somewhere here. So it divides the sets into 2 parts. So the median has the power to divide the sets into 2 parts. Okay, so if it's an even data, how do you know who are the middle 2? So it will be n over 2 and n over 2 plus 1. So this is 6. So 6 over 2 is the third data. 6 over 2 plus 1 is the fourth data. So you go to the average of the third and the fourth data. Okay, so that is the difficult part. So if you want to go to the middle value, it depends on whether the total data is even or odd. Okay, so we can try using a dot diagram to explain also. So in a dot diagram, we already kind of arrange the data. So we'll count the data first. Okay, because a dot diagram already arranged the data, you do not need to arrange. You just need to count. So first step, you count first. Count how many data first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12 data. So 12 data fall under even. So who do you go to? Who are the middle two? So even data that are middle two. So who are the middle two? So you will go to 12 over 2, which is the 6th data. So you go to 12 over 2, which is the 6th data. 12 over 2 plus 1 will be the 7th data. So you got to count first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So this one is the 6th data. So this one is the 7th data. So the 6th data is 24 kilometers per hour. The 7th data is 25 kilometers per hour. So the median will be the average. So you will get 24.5 kilometers per hour. Okay, so that's how you make use of the dot diagram, which is already arranged. Okay, so the same thing happens on the next one. You count first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I count, I got 15 data. So in this case, this is odd data. So who do you go to? So you're going to go to 15 plus 1 over 2, which is the 8th data. So you got to go to the 8th data, the 8th one that is arranged. So you got to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the 8th data. So the 8th data is 7 seconds. So the median is 7 seconds. So that's how we tell the median from the dot diagram. It is still under the category whether it's odd or even. So for a stem and leaf, that's the same thing. It's already arranged. You do the same counting, but if you remember, we only count the leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I got 28 data. So again, this is an even. So you should go to 28 over 2, which is the 14 data. And you should go to 28 over 2 plus 1, which is the 15 data. So if it's an even number, you go to the middle two. So after counting, you realize you keep counting things. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, So this part is a 13. So this is a 14. So the 14 data is 41. The 15 data is 43. So my median will be 41 plus 43. So you got to go to the correct person. Okay, so you got to go to the correct person. Then you can tell the values to take the average. Okay, so obviously it relies a lot on the counting. So in the next part, you're also going to count. So don't forget, if you are in a stem and leaf diagram, you count the leaf. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So there are 23 data, which is the odd data. So odd data is easier. You just go to the middle person, which is 23 plus 1, then you divide by 2. So you go to the 12th person. You go to the 12th data. So you realize you're doing a lot of counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the 12th data. So this one means 44 point. The 12th data is 44.7 mm. So the median is 44.7 mm. So actually, what's the interpretation of median? That means, right, below this value, I got exactly half the data, and above the value, I also have exactly half the data. So in this case, right, I got 11 data on the below 44.7. I also got 11 data above 44.7. So that 44.7 is right in the middle. So that is a feature of the median. So again, if you have the frequency table, you also need to be counting, except that the counting is easier. So in this case, you count. You count by adding them up first. So you add them up. 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 6. So there are 18 data. So this is an even data. You will go to 18 divided by 2, 9 data, and 18 over 2 plus 1. So that's the 10 data. So you got to go to the 9th and 10th. So how to go to the 9th and 10th? So you count. There are 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 9th data. The 9th data is 84 gram. Then 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the 10th data. The 10th data is 86 gram. So for part E, the 9th data is 84 gram. The 10th data is 86 gram. So from here, the median will be 84 plus 86 divided by 2. So 85 gram. So you got to, maybe if you need to, you got to draw out. Then you can count properly. Okay, so the same goes for part F. You're going to count the data by adding up first. So I'm going to add them up. 9 plus 17 plus 12 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1. So if you count and you add, there are 51 data. So that's an odd data. So odd data, you will go to 51 plus 1 divided by 2. So you will go to the 26 data. So how to know the 26 data? So there are 9 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 17 here. So maybe you want to add first. 9 plus 17 is already 26. So that means the 26 is the last one here. So the 26 is here. So the median is 2 cars, 2 people. If you go to the 26 car, there are 2 people inside the car. So the median is the 2 people. But you are going to the 26 car. Okay, so median relies on whether the total data is even or odd, and you must go to the middle person. So who do you go to depends on the total data. Depends on whether the total data is even or odd. So it doesn't matter whether you are looking at the frequency table, you are looking at the stem and leaf, or you are looking at the dot diagram, or just a normal data set. You need to arrange them from the smallest to the biggest, and then you got to decide who are you going to go to, and that person should tell you the median. So that is the difficult part on median. Quite a lot of counting, and if you go to the wrong person, of course you get the wrong median.